welcome to a fresh episode of the Omalivingshow. Now, the pandemic dealt us all a hard blow. We saw lots of incidents during the course of the lockdown. The lockdown revealed a lot, and surprisingly, not minding that a lot of people were just trapped in their homes, a lot of activities were just held, to the ground. Nothing seemed to be moving, or most of the things that used to be bubbly came to a halt. Guess what? The crime rates increased, particularly on the aspect of rape, domestic violence, and all sorts. Who would have thought? Well, like they say, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Just maybe that's the reason. A lot of people were idle and a lot of things were exposed. Now, this brings me to our values. One of the major themes of the Oma Living Show are the youth, our values, and the society. And since 2015, we've been doing lots of work to actually try to curb nagging issues that are linked to values. Our problem in Nigeria is mainly about value. Now, I ask you as a viewer, as a person who is looking at my face right now, what values do you live by? Do you even know what values are? Which of them do you have? Which of them do you cling on to? And which of them determine your major decisions? This we'll be talking about after the break when I introduce my special guest to you. Stay tuned.
Great opportunities are presented to us every day, but sometimes we miss them, living a life of regret and what ifs. Opportunities come but once, or maybe not. Now, introducing Tatcoin. Tatcoin is Africa's utility token that gives you access to a life of endless possibilities. You can shop, buy real estate, travel, invest, and build wealth. For more information, visit www.abitsnetwork.com.
So I'm back again, back from the break. So before the break, we were talking about the values, our youth, and the society. I rephrase it: the youth, our value, and the society. And I told you I was going to bring on board on this show a very outstanding millennial, a very enterprising one with lots of rich values, and one who goes out of her way to make sure that things are done rightly. She's an advocate, she's an activist, she's a humanitarian, she's a charity worker, and she's a civil servant. Yes, you heard me. So Nigeria is breeding lots of young people who really want to take the bull by the horn and see that changes are effected in the society. So I have with me on the show Mrs. Chinwe Lilian Okafor. Nice to have you on the show. Oh my God, your palms are so soft. Okay, she's going to do us the honor of introducing herself, all right? I know I've said some of what you do, but please, can my viewers get to know you? Who is Chinwe?
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're so gorgeous. You're so beautiful.
Then what will I say? You're doing pretty good.
Thank you so much.
Oma show has been top notch. I followed your episode
Back to back. Thank
and
you so much.
A lot of values.
Thank you
So I
so
must
much.
recommend you. Yeah. My name is Chime. Like she has introduced, I'm an advocate, sexual abuse advocate, and also child abuse advocate. I'm a social worker, I'm a civil servant, I'm a coach.
She's a lot. Okay, today's topic is about the youth, our values, and the society. And this is a major theme for the Oma Living Show, right? Everything we talk about revolves around these three things. Now, from your angle as a person, what are the values you live by?
See, the youth as the engine room of every society. For every society to move forward, the youth should have a lot of values.
Great values.
Great values.
You as a youth, what are the values you live by? Your own values.
Fairness.
Okay.
Universal moral values.
Okay.
Justice, equity, trustworthy, honesty. These are my
Loyalty.
These
and
are my
all
own
that.
personal values.
Okay, looking at our society today, how would you grade our values as a people on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh,
Now,
you-
the youths, we're talking about the
the
youths,
youth
right?
now. Oh, okay. Let me start with
Good
this.
values.
Yeah, we are gradually deviating from our moral values. The society is not static. It's dynamic. In a situation where we're deviating from the traditional moral values
Values to whatever.
to whatever, we should not leave our morals behind us. So the youth now, nobody wants to take up their values because of what? We want to make money.
At all costs.
At all costs.
No matter what.
No matter what it takes. No value of woman life again. You see the youth doing all sorts because they want to make money. So I think these values we should not deviate from it.
So what you're saying in essence is that the youths are beginning to abandon the values
Exactly.
that we should be known for.
Exactly.
And what do you think is the multiple effect of this kind of behavior? A situation where people no longer, we don't care. I mean, what's about this whole process thing Oma talks about? What is it going to lead me to? We've seen people who do virtually nothing getting to the top. We've seen people who are supposed to be despised being worshipped. What do you think it is doing to our society?
There are lots of negative effects. Because you might have a friend now, your friend is doing big, and you don't even know how your
He or
friend
she got there.
You don't know how he or she started, because you want to get there by all costs.
Crime rates,
Crime
different
rates,
things.
so many things are on the increase.
Okay, you are a sexual violence, sexual health advocate. Do you think there is a link between our lack and loss of value and something like rape?
Of course.
Okay.
There is, because the youth now, okay, let me not even say, because when you talk of rape, it's not only the youth rape.
Yes.
Even
Generally.
So, but because we are deviating from our moral values, because if you look back, maybe olden days,
During the time of our
our
forefathers, our
forefathers,
grandfathers.
these things are no rampant. But you see these days, nobody cares.
But really though, talking about the rampancy, do you think they were not rampant or the media wasn't so much? Do you understand? There was not much reports of the case. What do you really think? It wasn't rampant.
It wasn't rampant.
Okay.
It's unlike now.
Okay.
Now the youths, they don't want to do anything for themselves. I talk of purpose, I talk of values, I talk of self-determination. What do you want for yourself? Any serious-minded person should sit and draft in the next 5 or 10 years.
This is what I want to do and what
You
to-
should
I
not be
want to
associated
be.
with rape.
Yes,
Because
if you have a clear picture of
Of
where
what-
you are going
you're
to.
going to. You should not, because
It's true because myself as a person, there are certain things I will not talk of doing because of the future
Yeah.
ahead of me.
Ahead
So
of
I
you.
see a great point there. So now, apart from, having this negative effect on us as individuals, it increases the crime rate in the society. It brings a lot of, problems here and there. As a parent, you're a parent, right?
Yeah.
What roles do you play to see that these values that we're losing on the daily are being brought back? What do you do?
Parents have an important role to play, because as a mother, you have to inculcate those values to your child. They say train up a child
The
in
way
the way
he
he
should
should
grow,
grow, that when he grows, he
He
will not
wants to leave that part.
that part. So as a mother, you should know these are our moral values. Train up that child. It's just like being honest in whatever, regardless of any condition your child found his or herself, he needs to. That's honest. He should imbibe
let them, yes.
Let's inculcate it
Into them.
into them. Because it starts from the home.
Yes, it
Like
does.
the first agent of socialization is
Is
the
the home.
family. So for them to go to the public, you as a parent, you have a very important
To shape them
role,
into who they will
who
be.
they will be.
Okay, now we have lots of crimes. We have people who are awaiting trial. We have a lot of policies that seem to, but I don't see them as corrective. Is there any word you would like to say to the government, anyone who is listening? I mean, corrective now. How do we go about correcting the ills, the values that we're losing on the daily basis? If you are to be made the president just for a day, what would you do as regards values?
Okay, fine. Well, like I said earlier, the government, they should start from themselves.
That's what I'm
Because I
saying
had a
now.
lot.
Let's imagine that you are the president for a day. What would you do as regards
The
value?
first thing I would do is the people around me. I have to checkmate them. What are the values? What are you bringing to the table? What do you have to offer? Because once I don't have the right people around me,
You won't have make the
I
right
want my
laws and policies. Okay, now we have the National Orientation Agency, which is supposed to be in charge of things like values and orientation. Do you think they are doing enough?
um, they're not doing anything because when you look at our youths are seriously they are draining from the moral values. Why are they there? They are there to bring back. If something is falling apart, they are supposed to be the ones drawing us back. They will be the one to sensitize the youths, let them know their values, their moral values. But in a situation where they are not doing what they are supposed to do, the youths are also, because they want to make money, they themselves, they're not going to listen to anybody.
True.
Yeah.
Do you feel the government should create more agencies, orientation agencies, or do you feel that we need more hands? Which of them do you feel?
It's still going to be the same thing, even if governments create agencies.
It won't be the same thing if I was to be the DG of National Orientation Agency.
Exactly.
Trust me.
That was
But
the
I
reason
know
said-
that
that was the reason I said.
that's like sitting on a long thing. That's the last thing the government
That
will
was the
do.
reason I said getting the right
People on board.
If you get the right people, everything will be corrected. But in a situation whereby you don't even know the person you're bringing is also corrupt, his or her moral values needs to be checked. So what do you expect?
Okay, moving on. What are the three things you think our society needs urgently? The three things we need urgently.
Honesty. That should be the first thing. Fairness, justice.
Oh wow, you're just calling your values for us. Let's clap for her. Let's just clap for her. All right, it was nice having you on the show, Chinwe, and I hope to have you again and again. I see most of your projects, and all I have to say is more power to your elbow.
Thank you.
All right, I'll be with you right after the break. You see, I'm back from the break. It was quite a very great moment with my special guest, Mrs. Chinwe Okafor. She has told us her thoughts about values, and she says she doesn't think that the National Orientation Agency is doing enough. I also think so. I think there is a lot that needs to be done, and nobody is talking about these things until we address value problems in Nigeria. I'm sorry, we're still going to keep fighting for and fighting over the same thing from 2020 to 2030. We're still going to be fighting the same cause, and it makes no sense. Parents, teachers, leaders, I suggest and I urge you to stand on your feet today and try to inculcate the right values into your children, your employees, your followers, and of course, for the leaders, you should have the right values. I do not see why a person who is not honest, a person who cannot make the right decisions, a person who is not morally upright should even be a leader. These things have a multiplier effect on the citizens. So with this, I wrap up this episode of the Omalivingshow. Until I come back next time, keep using your sanitizer. Keep trying your best to stay safe. And please try as much as you can to live by the right values. I love you all. Stay inspired.